Are they messing with Floyd? Well, they showed up on the scene with Floyd. Did they go messing with him? Where's Hype? Where's Fight Hype at? Can we get a join?
And waiting for his reaction all this while, as the boxing world isn't so used to a silent Bill Haney. And now that he has spoken, his statement carried so many taunts and insults for Mayweather and another group of people. Where are you at?
Tell us,
Bill,
tell us,
Bill, if your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got.
One can trust Bill Haney to overperform. Bill Haney's reaction to Floyd Mayweather's detainment has been highly anticipated after their recent verbal exchange on an Instagram live session.
Because I went on Fight Hype and you wasn't there. I checked my DMs, you wasn't there. Somebody called and told me 50 was looking for you. You got Gervonta looking for.
In fact, is that confrontation had also been looked forward to after there were controversies involving Floyd Mayweather in the build-up to the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. And when they did confront each other, it was a mix of several emotions. There was the feeling of two old friends meeting up. There were also signs of genuine concern shown by both of them.
That's not it.
I'm the under the lifetime fighter.
That don't lie. I got a nigga that don't lie, nigga, 100% of the time.
Can I ask you a question? Bill, let me ask you a question.
And then there was anger and humor as well. But that was before news of Floyd Mayweather's detainment did the rounds. It wasn't too long after their confrontation that Floyd Mayweather made a video where he criticized young fighters and their indiscipline and the many sacrifices.
Bill, I ain't gotta talk to you crazy. You know why?
I just pissed a little bit longer than you, nigga. What you talking about? You started pissing. You started pissing. I started pissing, nigga. What are you talking about?
Bill. At the end of the day,
the former American professional boxer argued that modern fighters only look at the finished product of the cars, houses, and luxury that comes with being a star, rather than focus on putting in the work. A lot of times what these fighters are looking at, they're looking at Floyd with the cars, they're looking at Floyd being flashy, Mayweather expressed. Man, listen, I made so many sacrifices. You all are looking at the end results. And when I was champion, having hundreds of millions in the bank, I still was on my grind in that gym. You all are worried about your outfits, how your boots look, worried about the wrong things. A lot of you fighters are living check to check. All of this happened not too long after Bill Haney's altercation with Floyd Mayweather, and no one really saw Floyd Mayweather getting into another feud with anyone at all. Davis, however, took his words as subliminals aimed at him and responded. Gervonta Davis then went to Instagram to rip into his former mentor. He pushed the claims that Mayweather shouldn't be worried about him and should be focused on escaping an alleged hostage situation in Dubai.
Y'all looking at the end results. Y'all not looking at the shit where y'all go look at the interview and Zab gonna tell y'all, with me being champion, with me already.
He reposted Floyd's rant and began his brief attack. Guy says all this nonsense, but he's in Dubai and can't leave because he's been taking guys' money and not doing what they paid him to do. The guy is a freaking hater, Davis typed in response. Well, as you would expect, when Bill Haney was talking about Floyd's detainment, he touched on this as well, how Floyd was so careless with those under him that they are now the ones.
Yo, them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia money too. Broke ass.
Cut Floyd, then shot back the very next day after his initial comment on modern fighters. Pretty Boy then posted several videos alleging that the boxer had a little sugar in his tank. The videos showed Gervonta dancing on TikTok and Instagram to Lil Uzi Vert's I Just Wanna Rock and Drake's Thank Me Now. I just want to.
At Fight Hype. At Fight. Let's see. At.
The situation, however, escalated once Gervonta Davis saw this, and he immediately issued a threat to physically confront his former mentor, indicating a desire to knock Mayweather out upon their next encounter. Now I go around and knock Floyd out when I see him, and I won't care about going back to jail. Davis wrote on X in reference to the jail sentence he received after violating the terms of his home detention for a hit-and-run crash. "He's such a fool. He doesn't allow his security to carry guns." Gervonta had even invited 50 Cent into the feud, with 50 Cent joking about raising funds for Floyd Mayweather. Davis even dared Mayweather to go live on Instagram to prove he's not in Dubai. Then 50 Cent commented on the report in a social media post. According to a reputable news source, "Oh nah, this stuff is real. Gervonta Davis would not say anything like that if it wasn't official. Me and Champ are beefing, but he is my brother. I got some money if he needs it." Initially, many boxing fans had doubted Gervonta Davis, believing he was only raising false speculations because he and Floyd Mayweather were at loggerheads. People from Mayweather's team didn't help matters either, as they have all been silent regarding the issue. It was even more complicated when the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe, dodged the question repeatedly despite being asked the same question over and over again. Leonard Ellerbe, CEO of Mayweather Promotions, brushed off claims and skipped questions regarding Mayweather's hostage situation in Dubai. Ellerbe, who is the chief executive officer of Mayweather's boxing promotional company, refused to answer when asked about Mayweather's alleged hostage situation in Dubai. Also, Floyd Mayweather himself has not addressed the controversy in his back and forth with Davis. Rather, he took jabs at his former protege and taunted him by requesting he fights multi-division champion Shakur Stevenson. Leonard Ellerbe was quick to shower praises on Gervonta "Tank" Davis when he was asked about his upcoming fight. He said, "In my opinion, Tank is the best fighter in the entire world, and he's got another terrific opportunity to go out T. He's the top dog." He was then asked about the feud between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis, with the reporter asking him for confirmation of Mayweather's hostage situation in Dubai. The reporter questioned, "Just out of curiosity, bro," he said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that? However, Leonard Ellerbe sneakily skipped the question like he was never asked and kept on with his praises for Gervonta Davis. And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one of you. Just out of curiosity, bro, he said that Floyd was kidnapped by...
Tank is the best fighter in the entire world. And got another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top.
He coming to get each and every one of you. However, things soon changed after Rick Glazer was out to confirm Gervonta Davis's claims. According to boxing promoter Rick Glazer, Mayweather is free to move around Dubai. He just can't leave the country until he pays what he owes. Renowned boxing agent Rick Glazer entered the fray surrounding the controversy swirling around boxing icon Floyd Mayweather's extended stay in Dubai, UAE. Glazer, a stalwart of the professional boxing scene for over 4 decades, has seemingly sided with Gervonta Davis, echoing the latter's recent assertions concerning Mayweather's situation. Glazer reinforced his claims on X, stating, "Just got off the phone with my guy in Dubai. He told me that Floyd Mayweather is definitely being held by the government court system there as he owes a substantial amount of money in Dubai. They take indebtedness over there very seriously. Was told the debt is unassociated with boxing. Floyd's desperately trying to work things out to no avail so far. So Gervonta "Tank" Davis is correct that Floyd's being held."
Curiosity, bro. You said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one.
There. The dispute between Mayweather and Davis was then stretched as Gervonta Davis made more tweets trolling and insulting his former mentor. And anyone can trust Bill Haney, a man who frowns heavily at disrespect, to dwell on this. Apparently, Mayweather was fronted an insane amount of cash at a casino, but he promptly lost all the money. As of now, there are no legal casinos in Dubai, so it must have been a private casino. Mayweather's private jet is reportedly surrounded by police, and his money is no good at the Dubai airport. Mayweather's detainment in Dubai means he can travel anywhere in Dubai and live as large as he wants, only that he must not step outside the country. To effect this, The Dubai authorities have mounted security agents around his private jet to ensure he doesn't escape. But it's generally believed that Floyd Mayweather owes a substantial amount of money, which is likely in the hundreds of millions of dollars range. Dubai is notorious for holding Americans captive if they owe any amount of money. The news media here has been suspiciously quiet about the Mayweather rumors, and even the White House has not commented on the reports either. But Bill Haney has broken his silence, and when he didn't attack just Floyd Mayweather. He attacked Fight Hype as well, as they were with Floyd on a call when they invited Bill Haney to join. As a result, Bill Haney tied them together and expected that Fight Hype should be aware of his whereabouts, seeing that they seemed to have a great relationship with him. He then trolled Fight Hype, asking if they were missing just like Floyd was. All of this was done on an Instagram live session where he said, "Hey, at Fight Hype, I think Fight Hype, before I get in the car, I'm in the garage before I leave and go looking for Fight Hype at Fight Hype so I can make sure that Fight Hype ain't missing." See that? Where's Hype? Where's Fight Hype at?
Broke ass. Out here scamming people.
Oh, you fancy.
He then continued with a ridiculous question. "PB went missing, and did Fight Hype go missing too?" he asked. At Fight Hype, you know Fight Hype be posting like all outdoors, and it's been a PB out for PB, you know? Did Fight Hype go missing? Hype, 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 Fight Hype. He called again. "Where are you at, Fight Hype? It looks like Fight Hype went out of business? Or are they in Dubai? Or are they missing?"
Let's see that. Where's Hype? Where's Fight Hype at? Can we get a joint? Because
continued asking several questions regarding their whereabouts. When they showed up on the scene with Floyd, did they go missing with him? Where's Hype? Where's Fight Hype at? Can we get a joint? Because I don't know, is Fight Hype missing? Floyd, like, we're missing him. Where you at, Floyd? Cause I went on Fight Hype and you weren't there. I checked my DMs and you weren't there. He then concluded that both Gervonta Davis and 50 Cent were also on the lookout for him. "Somebody called and told me 50 was looking for you. You got Tank looking for you. It's All Points Bulletin and Fight Hype is letting us."
Motherfucker, I done took L's. Nigga, my son took L, nigga. We take L's. What the fuck you talking about? You keep running around this motherfucker acting like that you the only one like
When
your shit
somebody
don't
died,
stick,
when
nigga.
somebody died, when you lose a loved one, of course we take an L.
Floyd Mayweather has been in a silent mode where he's hardly giving his attention to anyone other than his case in Dubai. But he keeps posting Instagram stories of himself living his usual luxurious life. However, that doesn't cancel the millions of dollars debt. And this lifestyle was exactly what Bill Haney was fighting when they both had a call a few weeks back. Bill Haney showed up on an Instagram live session with legendary Floyd Mayweather and made mockery of him, trolling and taunting him repeatedly. The altercation between Bill Haney and Floyd Mayweather Jr. had been long overdue, as several events had seen both of them come at opposite ends of each other easily. They've had everything against each other except a face-to-face confrontation. What's your record in life?
are they missing with Floyd? Well, they showed up on the scene with Floyd. Did they go missing with him? Where's Hype? Where's Fight Hype at? Can we get a joint? Because where you at, Floyd? Because I went on Fight.
He needed a couple of $1 million to stay, and that confrontation happened on an Instagram live session. And while the former allies obviously still have some tension to resolve, their frank and sometimes heated video chat on Instagram seemed to reduce the strain. Haney and Mayweather clashed on a number of topics, including Mayweather's pro boxing record, how Devin Haney allegedly beat him in a sparring match, the issues between Gervonta Davis and Haney, and Mayweather's parenting. Haney, the father, manager, and trainer of the WBC super lightweight champion Devin Haney, understandably wasn't in the best of moods following his son's stunning majority decision loss to Ryan Garcia at Brooklyn's Barclays Center, where Garcia knocked down Haney with left hooks. Devin Haney trained at the Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas for years and was long mentored by Mayweather before ultimately leaving to seek his own path, while Mayweather promoted the unbeaten champion around the same age and weight class, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Since then, Bill Haney has chided Mayweather for not supporting the underserved and needy around the streets of Las Vegas, while also declaring his son had accomplished more by the age of 25 than Mayweather, calling the Hall of Famer Mayweather PB in reference to how long he's known the retired undefeated champion, once nicknamed the Pretty Boy. Haney started the conversation with hostility by telling Mayweather he views him as a freaking idiot. Following how he set the tone with immediate insults, he continued by undermining Floyd's professional boxing record while continuing to bring up how Devin Haney allegedly beat Mayweather in a sparring match.
No.
Nigga. No.
Yeah,
Get
nigga.
down to it.
Yeah, what's my record?
What is
nigga,
my
what's
record?
my record in life? Nigga, what's your record under the lights? Nigga, every 50 of your opponents.
My record in life is undefeated.
Nigga, listen, huh? You said
From Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather. That's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E. He needed a couple of $1 million.
Perfect response from Floyd Mayweather, a former professional fighter who was on top of the world during his heyday and had mastered the art of face-offs and verbal battles. Floyd responded quite wittily, saying, "If your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got an undefeated fighter in the gym. I'm an under-the-lights type fighter. Bill, let me ask you a question. What's my record under the lights?" Haney seemed to drift off sparring and boxing and asked Floyd an even more important question. "But listen, what's your record in life?" Bill Haney queried. Like Bill Haney was deaf the first time or was just pretending to be unaware of the obvious. Mayweather reminded him of his exploits in the boxing ring and that those exploits are his exploits even in life. He responded, "My record in life is undefeated. End of the day, listen, I called to find out what is your problem with me, 'cause I don't have..."
like
When
your shit
somebody
don't
died,
fit,
when
nigga.
somebody died, when you lose a loved one, of course we take an L. You just took an L. And when you,
Nigga,
and I'm not talking about in the ring. We're not talking about in the ring.
And I know
Remember
I'm not
this, Bill.
I ain't never been
Bill,
no ring. I
I've
ain't never
always,
been no ring.
Bill, you talk.
For boxing reasons. He came as a representative of the street, and he sure made that known to Mayweather. He said, "Flexing that nonsense 50-0? I'm 50-0 on these streets. I got love in these streets. To hell with your 50-0 with that boxing stuff. That stuff doesn't mean anything." And with the look of things, there's one thing that's consistent about Bill Haney. It is quite true and surprising that Bill Haney actually thinks pro boxing records mean nothing, because even after Devin's loss, he's been out here talking like it never happened. And while his vocalness since his son's loss may be a good reflection of his mentality of life as a battle of wins and losses, his vocal tendencies have been deemed by many as irritating and disgraceful. But let's take a look at the other things Bill Haney said to the legend. "You need some help?" Mayweather asked the freshly wounded Haney toward the close of their video chat. "You needed some help the other night. If Devin needs me, I'm going to be there for him anytime. I helped Devin. It's total love, period." While that led to the pair laughing as the conversation ended and Mayweather urging Haney to call him for a private chat, there was tension earlier. Haney told Mayweather he didn't appreciate Mayweather seeming to refute a comment that Devin Haney had previously gotten the better of Mayweather in some sparring. The undefeated boxing icon responded by jestingly congratulating Haney on his son being undefeated in the gym, jabbed at Devin's loss against Garcia, and implied that he, Mayweather, is undefeated in professional boxing competition. "Bill, if your son is undefeated in the gym, congrats," Mayweather said. "What's my record under the lights?" To that, Haney responded, "You're 50-0 with that boxing stuff. That doesn't mean nothing in the streets." Few can talk to Mayweather that way, but the retired fighter stayed on the call, hashing,
Day, listen, I called to find out what is your problem with me, because I don't have no problem with you.
I'm for the streets, nigga. Do something for the streets, nigga, and then I'll be cool.
All right, everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.